What's happening, YouTube? Jonathan Perriente, the Education 10 here, coming at you guys with another video. I want to ask you guys to please continue to check and subscribe to my channel for more YouTube videos. Today we're going to be opening the brand new, just released Toon Chaos box. This is a brand new set that came out today. It's going to have new support in here for Toon monsters, some new support for the Chaos archetype, anything with Chaos in the name. There's some Gemini support in here and some really good reprints. One of them is the Pot of Extravagance, the first ever reprint the card has had. It will be in this set. So without further ado, let's crack it open and see what we pull. There's some... The rarities in here are going to be ultra rare, super rare, pretty much for the main card. There's 7 cards per pack. Like they put some of these new cards on the front of them. Some of these new, like they put the Toon Blackluster Soldier. That's going to be one of the chases in here. Going to be probably some short prints, and we'll find them out soon. Here's the first pack. So we have a Masked Hero Dion. So reprint of some of the Masked Heroes. Interesting why they reprinted it here. Light Pulsar Dragon. It's a good reprint. It's had a few of them, but okay. Curse of Dragonfire. And there, wow, look at that. On the very first pack, the Toon Blackluster Soldier, the cover card of the set. This is one of the brand new Toon cards for this archetype. It has the same pretty much effect to the regular Toon monsters. Can't be normal or set. Must be summoned by attributing Toon monsters, and you have to have Toon World on the field. This card can act directly. Once per turn, if you control Toon World, you can target a card on the field, banish it. Also, this card cannot attack the turn this effect is activated. So this is kind of like what the original BLS, the Envoy of the Beginning, does. So it doesn't have the ability, though, to attack twice, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's a good pull for the first one. Sign It Codec. This is a reprint. This was a special movie edition card, I believe it was. And then we have True King Lithosagem, the Disaster. This is a great reprint. True King for Dinosaur. This card recently went to 1 on a previous ban list, so it's a good reprint to have. And finally, Starlight Road. This is a great little staple card. It was used technically be very good today against Twin Twister, and but it has to work specifically on cards like Twin Twister, or anything that actually pops a specific number of cards, not cards like Dark Hole or like Lightning Storm. That would not work. It's a good card, though. Okay. On to the second pack on the right side. Not sure what the ratio is for the ultras that you pull in this box, but we'll see. Here's one of the new cards here, Gemini Ablation. This is new support for Geminis. During the main phase, you can discard 1 card and activate one of these effects. Special summon a Gemini monster from your deck as an effect monster that gains its effects. Or you contribute 1 Gemini, and if you do, special summon a Fire Warrior monster from your hand or deck. If you attributed a Gemini monster that was treated as an effect monster and gained its effects, you can destroy 1 card on the field. So this card's actually not bad. There's also, of course, the new support for Fire Warriors. There are these Flame Noble Knights. That's going to be some of the new additions in this set. You have Masked Hero Dion. And there's the original Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning, so you figured it was going to get a reprint, and it certainly did. And here's our new support for Fluffles. It's a pendulum called Fluffle Angel. Not sure if this card's really going to have play too much, but this is a good support for Fluffles. This was like an OCG import, so it's good that it finally made its way here into the TCG in Toon Chaos. There's Toon World, of course, the key support for the entire Toon deck. And Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy VM. This is, of course, with the errata, so it's not really that good, but good to see it as a rare. And finally, Stardust Dragon, the main boss monster for Yusei, and, well, it's good with Starlight Road. On to the next pack. We have Gear Breed. This is a new support for also for Fire Warriors. During your draw phase, instead of conducting your normal draw, you can add an equip spell from your deck to your or graveyard to your hand. If you control an equip spell, you can place a Fire Warrior monster or a Gemini from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck and draw 1 card. You can use each effective Gear Breed once per turn. This is okay. Fire Warrior support you like. Keeper of Dragon Magic. This is a pretty nice reprint. This is good for fusion decks. You can add Polymerization, a normal spell with Polymerization, or any normal spell with fusion in the name. You can use this guy for fusion summons, so it's a pretty good Keeper of Dragon Magic. It's a nice reprint. This card's had many of them. Psyframe Driver, part of the main component for the Psyframe engine, usually to get out Omega or Zeta. And there's our next super. It's number 75, Bamboozling Gossip Shadow. This is a good reprint, a generic rank 3. This can turn opponent's monster's effect into each player draws 1 card, and you can also detach materials from this card and target any other Xyz monster with number in the name and attach this card to it as materials. This card can do a lot of cool things. A little gimmicky, but it can do things. Then Blackluster Soldier, Sacred Soldier, so a reprint from the old support for the deck. And then Masked Hero Goka. This is another of the Masked Heroes that got a reprint. And, oh, this is nice. Pot of Desires. Who would have thought? It's come a long way from being that secret rare in Dark Illusion, and now it's a rare. But great to see. It needed another reprint. Why not? Try to go a little faster through these videos now. Try to go a little faster through this video now. We'll see if... Still looking for the Pot of Extravagance. That'd be really nice if we could pull that. We have Crossover, another new support for the Warrior deck. Be curious how Warriors will use this going forward. Maybe Gogis could use this. Crossover. Another reprint, Proglio. This was another of the Cynet, the Cybers support. Not sure what kind of play this card will have, but I think you can use it like this is a generic link, so could find some place somewhere. Dark Flare Dragon, the opposite of the Light Pulsar Dragon. And here we go. This is one of the big pulls. It's only a super, which is incredible. Chaos Space. What does it do? You send a light or dark from your monster from your hand to the grave. Then you can add any light or dark monster that can't be normal summoned or set from your deck to your hand, with a level from 4 to 8, and with a different attribute than that monster you discard. You can banish this card from your grave, target one of your banished light or dark monsters that can't be normal summoned or set. You place it on the bottom of the deck, then draw a card. So you can use this to search out Chaos Dragon Levineer. You can search Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. Anything that cannot be normal summoned. So this card is actually really good, and it can be teched in a lot of light and dark decks. Really, really powerful. Then we have Envoy of Chaos, another Cynet Codec, and Dwarf Star Dragon Planeter. Nice. Back. And we have Witch of the Black Forest. I don't know why this card got reprinted. It's already been eroded. Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Evening Twilight. Nice new, kind of an old support for the Blackluster Soldier, but good to see it got a reprint. Masked Hero Blast, another of the Masked Heroes that got a reprint. And there's the next Toon card, Toon Harpy Lady. This is the other new old archetype card that got a Toon printing. But this is a good new card to have. Basically, this one can destroy a spell or trap your opponent controls. And if you control another Toon monster, you can do the pop. And more importantly, this doesn't target. So this is actually pretty cute to play in a Toon deck. Unfortunately, can't be teched in Harpies. It's kind of a shame, but pretty decent. This is a nice reprint too. Number 868, Sanaphon, the Sky Prison. This is a generic rank 8 monster. One thing this does really good is it takes away the ability for either player to special summon from the graveyard, which is nasty. And it gains 100 attack and defense for each monster in the graveyard. And also you can protect it from being destroyed by card effects. That's really, really cool. We have Masked Hero Vapor and Code Generator. This is another of the new cyber support. pack. We have another Psy-Frame Driver, Keeper of Dragon Magic, Gear Breed, and there we are. Look at that pot of extravagance. So big. This is like the biggest pull you can get in the set. This is the biggest reprint in the set. Everybody doesn't know what this does. You start of your main phase, you banish 3 or 6 random face-down cards from your extra deck. Face down, draw 1 card for every 3 cards banished. Only little negative, you can't draw any cards by card effects for the rest of the turn, but this is great in Grand Maju, FTK. It's just great in any remove deck. And this card's just filthy. So it's great. It's a great reprint, and it's much needed. Don't know how much this price will go down, but this is a really, really good pull for the first one. Not bad. And we got Starlight Road, Lithosogem, Goka. So we've already made most of our money back right now just pulling that one extravagance. We have Blackluster Soldier, Proglio, Dark Flare, and Chaos Valkyria. This is one of the new Chaos support cards. This is pretty decent of a card. Banish a light or dark. You special summon this card from your hand, so that's a pretty free summon. And if it's banished, you can send a light or dark from your deck to the grave, but then you can't activate cards. That's the only little negative or the effects of cards with the same name as that card for the turn. This could technically be used nicely in Orcusts if you do it right, but it's a little unfortunate. The effect, Stardust Dragon, Envoy of Chaos, and Signet Kodak. Chaos Sorcerer, Elemental Hero Solid Soldier. This is a nice reprint. Good that this is a key ingredient for heroes. Gemini Ablation, another Chaos Space, really nice. Code Generator, Chaos Zone. This is an old support card for the field spell, and Sangan. Too bad Sangan pretty much stinks. It's the eroded version. It's terrible, but hey, good to see it in Toon Chaos for the upteenth time as a reprint. But that's the only thing. I'm a little kind of, why'd they have to make some of these reprints again, like that we've had like a million of them already? But Master Hero Dion, Blackluster Envoy, Gear Breed, and Sublimation Knight. This is another new support card for the Fire Warrior and Gemini deck. This card's normal or special summon. You equip a Fire Warrior or Gemini from your hand or deck to this card as an equip spell that gives this 500 attack. This card and its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card while equipped with a Gemini. You can special summon as many of those Geminis as possible as effect monsters that gain their effects. You can only use this effect once per turn. Not too bad. Dwarf Star Dragon Planeter, Starlight Road, and Lithosogem. We have Psy-Frame Gear Gamma, so there we go. This is a nice reprint. It's only a rare, which is great, so more players will have access to this card. Dark Flare Dragon, Proglio, and Microcoder. This is another one of the cards that came out. This is a really solid card to play in any decks that use Code Talker, and now that we have Trans Code Talker, this card can really be utilized well. Stardust Dragon, Envoy of Chaos, and Toon World. So we've pulled 2 very nice ultra rares already in the early going. I believe in this set you could probably pull about 6, so I believe there will be like 3 per side. We're almost done with the right side, so I won't be surprised if maybe one more ultra pops up. We have Light Pulsar Dragon, Psy-Frame Driver, Keeper of Dragon Magic, and there's our ultra, the third one. It's Toon Bookmark. This is one of the new spell and trap support for the deck. This is a really, really cool card. You add 1 Toon World or any card that lists the card Toon World in its text from your deck to your hand except Toon Bookmark. If a Toon World or Toon Worlds you control would be destroyed, buy a card effect, you banish this card from your grave. Instead, you can only activate one Toon bookmark per turn. But this is a really handy card that Toons didn't have to give them the ability to search any card in the deck with Toon. So that means you could search any Toon monsters that have Toon World in the name, etc., etc. And it's really, really good. Really great pull of this card. So there's Toon Bookmark, Goka, Sacred Soldier, and another Pot of Desire is not too bad. So we pulled at least the main pots that I wanted to pull. So I got Desires, a couple of that, and Extravagance, which is going to be really, really nice. And we have BLS, Mass Diane, Light Pulsar, another Toon Harpy Lady Nice, another Chaos Emperor, Planeter, Starlight Road. So that will complete the right side of the box. We'll go to the left in a moment. So overall, we've already pulled 3 of the really top cards, I think, in this set with the Pot of Extravagance. We've already pulled the Toon Bookmark. There's another Toon card that's actually even better than the Bookmark. I believe it's called the Page Flip, which is a really handy little support. We'll see if maybe we can pull that. Right now we have Crossover, Master Hero Blast, Witch of the Black Forest. Let's see if we get our Ultra here. And we got a super rare. This is a new support for Valkyrie. It's Valkyrie Sigrun. Never heard of this card. Let's see what it does. If this card is in your hand, you target any face-up spell or trap card you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon this card. If this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon a level 8 or lower Valkyrie from your hand or graveyard and use each effect once per turn. So this is actually... This is a level 9 monster, so this can kind of be used in generators if used correct. So it's more rank 9 support. You can definitely use this with Monstrosity. You can sort of, if you want, and I say it sort of, you could put this even in Eldritch. You can just get rid of spell and traps you control, including the trap monsters, and you can get their effect in the grave, which is actually not bad. So you can kind of do some cool things, but it has to be a face-up spell or trap. So that's the one little caveat, but not too bad. Pretty good card. Another Sanafond, Sangin, Chaos Zone. Okay. Let's see if we can get another... If we could pull 2 Extravagance, I don't know if that's even possible, but we could pull 2 of them. Wow, that'll be kind of ridiculous. Curse of Dragonfire, Gearbreed, Keeper of Dragon Magic. This is another new card, Magician of Hope. This is a Pendulum Xyz monster, generic rank 4. If you can Pendulum Summon level 4, you can Pendulum Summon this face-up card in your extra deck. You detach a material from this card, special summon a level 7 or lower Pendulum monster from your hand in defense position, but negate its effects. Then you can place this face-up card in your Pendulum Zone. You can only use this effect of Magician of Hope once per turn. If this card is Pendulum Summoned, you can target a Pendulum monster in your grave, attach it to this card as material. It's okay, but I don't think it's going to see much play. Sign it, Kodak. This is another good reprint. Mud Dragon of the Swamp, a very good generic fusion monster that a lot of people use in Super Poly. Play a lot of decks with the same attribute, different types. This is really useful. And Blackluster Sacred Soldier. Next one. All right, so far we have not pulled we pulled 3 Ultras. We haven't pulled an Ultra on the left side yet. Hopefully, maybe we'll get to that soon. This is our first pull of Supervise. You equip only to a Gemini monster. It becomes an effect monster and gains its effects. And if this card's sent from the field to the grave, you target any normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Interesting. Chaos Sorcerer. Another copy of Solid Soldier. And there's our next support for the Frightfurs. This is Frightfur Meister. Another Pendulum for the Fluffle deck / Frightfur. Kind of interesting. Pendulum effect, you tribute 1 level 4 lower Frightfur, Fluffle, or Edgent monster. You special summon from your deck any fiend with the same level but with a different name. That's actually not bad. So you could just bring out Edgent Sabers. You could bring out Edgent Chain. You could do a lot of cool things with this. As a regular monster, during your main phase, you could special a level 4 lower Frightfur, Fluffle, or Edgent from your deck. Then you're locked into fusion monsters to summon from the extra deck for the turn. Then you tribute 2 more fiend monsters You can bring out any Fright for Fusion monster from your extra deck whose level equals the combined original levels of what you tributed. This is treated as a fusion summon, so that's actually not bad. Code Generator, Master Hero Vapor, and Envoy of the End. And the last few more packs or so to go here of Toon Chaos. We have another Psy-Frame Driver, Witch of the Black Forest, Envoy of the Evening Twilight, and there's our next Ultra. It's Super Magic Sword of Raptinus. This is a very interesting equip spell. At the start of the battle phase, you can change the equip monster's battle position. If you do, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon a monster. So you get an additional normal summon with this card. You can only use this effect of Super Magic Sword of Raptinus once per turn, then apply this effect depending on the equip monster's battle position. If you change your monster to attack it, your opponent cannot target it with card effects, and if it's in defense, it can't be destroyed by battle. So this is kind of good. You can kind of use this in a very situational way, but it's a pretty decent card. We'll see what it can do down the road. Pot of Desires, another Lithosa Gem, Sanafond. Alright, so we've pulled 4 Ultras out here. We'll see if we can maybe pull the other 2 on this left side. We have Gemini Ablation, Psy-Frame Gamma, Dark Flare, another Bamboozling Gossip Shadow, another Mud Dragon of the Swamp, Toon World, Envoy of Chaos. Okay, not bad. It's good that we have, even though we haven't been pulling completely great, it's good that we're pulling Lithosa Gem a lot in here. It's good that we're pulling the Mud Dragon. These are kind of the underrated reprints that, yeah, they're rare, but there's still very important cards in the game that are still viable. Master Hero Blast, Chaos Sorcerer, Supervise, another Valkyrie Sigrun, not too bad. Goka, Chaos Zone, Sangan. You have Gearbreed, Curse of Dragonfire, Light Pulsar, and there's another good reprint, Masked Hero Acid. So this card has now become a super rare. This is a good reprint for this card. Look there. This is the one that blows up spell and trap cards on the field. All monsters your opponent controls lose 300. So this is a good card. It's never got a reprint, so I think this is very good. Lithosa Gem again. Bug didn't want to leave me alone. Goka. A few more packs on this side. Blackluster Envoy, Gearbreed, Light Pulsar, and good, another nice reprint, Frightfur Sabertooth. This is the main staple for the Fluffle Frightfur deck. Use a Frightfur Fusion monster and a Fluffle or an Edge Imp and or Edge Imp monster. This is one of the main staples for the deck. The Planeteer, Signet Codec, Lithosa Gem. Alright, down to just about 4 more packs on the left side. Been a decent box. We've so far pulled 4 Ultras. You have to wonder if there'll be 2 more Ultras out of these remaining 4 packs. We'll see. We have Supervise, Chaos Sorcerer, Masked Hero Blast, another Magician of Hope, Chaos Zone, and Sangan, and Vapor. Packs. Do we have at least 2 more Ultras in 3 packs? Not so sure. Driver, Magic, Crossover, and Evocator Avec. This is another new support for the Geminis. Cards treated as a normal while faced from the field or in the graveyard. While it's a normal monster, you can normal summon it to have it become an effect monster, and it gains the following ability. If it's normal or special summoned, you target a Fire Warrior or a Gemini in your grave except himself. Special summon it. You can only use this effect at Evocator Evac once per turn. Not bad. Starlight Road, Sacred Soldier, Goka. Second to last pack, Witch of the Black Forest, Solid Soldier, Ablation, another Toon Harpy, so we have a playset of Toon Harpy Lady, Code Generator, Toon World, and Envoy of the End. Alright, so the final pack, we've pulled 4 Ultras. It's crazy how we pulled 3 on one side, but we've only pulled 1 on the left. I feel like we got a little shortchanged. I figure there would have been maybe at least 6 Ultras out here. So I'm just hoping this final pack will be an Ultra, and I hope it's a good one. We have Masked Hero Blast, Witch of the Black Forest, Supervise, and Eternal Chaos. This is the last rare, super rare. Decent card. Target a face-up your opponent controls. Send a light or dark from your deck to the grave whose combined attack is less than or equal to that monster's. And for the rest of this turn, you can only activate 1 monster effect in the grave. So it's a little dicey, but you can use this in a way. If you play like Orcust, you can kind of use it, maybe, if you don't have the Babel on the field. But Pot of Desires, Sanafond, Vapor. Alright, so that concludes this box. Not too bad. In the early going, we had really nice pulls at the beginning. Just to go through a few of the Ultras we pulled. Very first pack, we pulled the Toon Blackluster Soldier. We pulled the main key reprint, the Pot of Extravagance. This is a great card to have pulled with everything else. The Toon Bookmark, the new support for the Toon deck. Wanted to maybe pull the Page Flip. That was really, I think, the better of the Toon cards. It can really do a lot of cool things. And then we pulled the Super Magic Sword of Raptinus. There was another Fire Warrior card that's good in here. We didn't pull it. It was it's a negation card. It's I think a Gearfried. I forgot the name of it, but it's the big it's a big support card for the Fire Warrior deck. Didn't pull it, but you know what? Not too bad for a first box. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video, and see you next time.